Hey guys, we're here again today, Hard Racing. Today we're working on our Z125 project bike, and we've got this gorgeous Werkes USA full system for the bike. And obviously this one's the black. It also comes in a full stainless, and they also have it in a full stainless with a black middle. And as most of you guys know, Werkes is some of the most gorgeous welds. Obviously, you don't see it as much on the black because it's obviously a coated. But this exhaust is phenomenal. The quality of it, the fit, the finish, the craftsmanship, the sound, made here in the USA, which is really cool. It's always nice to support USA-made exhausts, anything USA made. But it's super easy to install, really lightweight. We'll compare the two differences between them in a minute. And it comes with, thankfully they took our advice and did an 18mm bung. So if you have a wideband auto tune, it'll screw right into it. You don't have to get that welded. It also comes with a plug if you wanted to bypass it. And it's also going to have a reducer on it if you just want to run the stock O2 sensor. So you basically have the full availability of just about any setup you want. So that's really nice for guys who want to fine-tune their fuel controllers like a power command or whatnot, and one less thing you have to mess with by having that bung already welded on it. So super quick and easy to install, lightweight, sounds great, looks great, and best of all, it's one of the few exhausts that's completely tucked up underneath the motor. So that's really nice for guys like us who wanted an exhaust that was tucked up underneath just like the stock one. It's especially if you're stunning and whatnot and you don't want to break your exhaust, damage it, and smash it every time you fall over. Even if you have a cage, whatnot, it's always good to have the exhaust completely isolated underneath the bike. So we'll show you how quick and easy it is to install that next. Alright, so with all the exhaust, first thing you're going to do is remove the lower cowl and then unbolt your exhaust. Obviously we already have an aftermarket on it, but the whole process is still the same. Take off the lower cowling with the 4 Allen bolts on both sides. Unscrew your O2 sensor, and then take off the back brackets and drop the exhaust. So we'll do that next. Alright, so we always recommend to at least loosen the O2 sensor, if not, totally unscrew it before you take the exhaust off. That way you're not having to hold the exhaust and torque, because usually it's on pretty tight. So at least loosen it up, but if not, just go ahead and completely remove it. All you gotta do is back this off here, unplug it from here, and then just unscrew it. But make sure you detach the wire first. Don't try to unscrew it and you'll wind up kinking the hose and whatnot. So make sure to unplug it from the plug right here that goes down to the O2 sensor, unscrew it, so that way the tail can unravel while you do it, otherwise it starts to kink it and you don't want to damage the wires. Alright, and next you want to go ahead and undo the header bolts on each side, and obviously tightening them up, you always want to do it evenly, but unscrewing them, it's not quite as big a deal. But we always recommend at least doing a little bit on each side, and then go ahead and just completely remove the header bolts. Okay. Alright, so once you get your exhaust off, the only thing you really have to do is this nut here, right behind your motor. You're going to have to loosen that because the muffler bracket actually goes right on that bolt. So you remove the nut, and then you'll slide the bracket onto the bolt, and then you'll tighten the nut back up. So you'll want to do that first, get that off, and that way when you bring your header up here, you just slide it on that bolt and then put the nut right on. Alright, so I just went and measured this versus the stock. The stock one's almost 10 pounds, and this one is 2 pounds, 10 ounces. So that's a huge weight saving, so especially for a little bike like this. So 2.5 pounds versus almost 10 pounds. 2 pounds, 10 ounces. Yeah, almost 2.5 pounds. A little over 2.5 pounds. But anyways, huge weight savings. So definitely big added bonus for this exhaust. Alright, so once you've done that, then you go ahead and take your header, fit it up there, and put your flange up onto the header studs. And just a quick note, your exhaust gasket, if it looks like crap and it's all mangled, then it'd be a good idea to swap it out. You can get them for only a few bucks at the Kawasaki dealer. If it looks fine, then don't worry about it. And if it falls out, all you gotta do is take a little bit of grease, just regular old, grease you put in your bearing stuff, and put a little dab on it and push it up there, and it should stay enough time for you to put it up there. So, but you want a nice exhaust gasket on there, because if you don't, it will leak. So again, if you got a brand new bike and it isn't all mangled, throw on there. Another thing you can do if you're not sure, mount it up and fire up the bike and just check for any exhaust leak. If you have an exhaust leak, then you know that you should swap out that gasket. So it's not a big deal to try it without it. And if you had a little one, it's not going to hurt it right away. You just, long term, it's a good idea to not have an exhaust leak. So go ahead and put the flange up there and put the nuts onto it. And what you want to do is, before you crank anything down, go ahead and put that one into position and put the nut on that one. And don't torque anything down until you get it all situated where you like it. And then you're going to go ahead and torque these nuts right here, your header nuts. You want to torque them evenly, a little bit on each side. Don't torque one all the way down and then torque one right down. You're going to bend that plate. It's going to be all cockeyed. So you want it to be flush and even with the head as you bolt it up. So make sure as you tighten these two head studs down, you want to make them a little bit, just like basically one turn, one turn, one turn, go back and forth. It's a little tedious, but it gets the best seat of that exhaust gasket, and it makes it mount the best. And you want to torque these down to usually around 18 foot-pounds. Alright, so once you've got your header bolts tightened down and your back nut there, it's all done. All that's left to do is install your O2 sensor. If you've got your stock one, you're going to use the reducer that goes from an 18 to a 12. And if you're like us and you're running auto tune, then you're just going to screw the 18 directly into the header. So for us, we are running an 18, so all we do is just screw that in there. And before you go ahead and fire this thing up, make sure you wipe it down really good with alcohol or some kind of cleaner, nothing abrasive. You don't need to strip it if you have the black one, but just some alcohol. Get your fingerprints off of there. You want to get the oils and your fingerprints and grunge off of there, especially if you have a stainless one. The black is not quite as big a deal, but the stainless definitely, those fingerprints and smudge marks will burn into it and look kind of crappy. So if you really want it to look nice, make sure to wipe it down before you first start it up. Alright, and here's what it looks like. Nice, tucked up underneath the motor. Super clean look. And the black one definitely, if you can up for a little bit of extra money, the black one just looks phenomenal on the black frame, black motor, black swing arm. Real stealthy. But even if you go with the stainless, it's still going to be a great tucked up exhaust. And let's go ahead and fire it up and hear what it sounds like. And there you have it. A great sounding exhaust, super lightweight, excellent look, fit, finish, high quality US made exhaust system. You really can't beat it. If you enjoyed our video, please be sure to give a thumbs up, and also please subscribe to support our channel. We really appreciate all your subscriptions and all your support from everybody. And if you want to see more, we have a lot more videos on our YouTube channel for this bike, for other bikes, and we will have more bike videos coming as well. And of course, check us out on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, the forums. And most of all, if you have any questions or would like to order something, give us a call, email us at hardracing.com.